A.P. Tureaud Sr. was a New Orleans civil rights attorney, and he was one of the most influential civil rights advocates for Louisiana for about 4 or 5 decades of his work in desegregating all of the society in Louisiana. He came back to Louisiana in 1926 after graduating from Howard's Law School, and he used his legal career to open doors for African Americans. First, with cases that dealt with teacher salary equalization. He worked with the Louisiana NAACP as well as the National Office of the Legal Defense Fund, headed by Thurgood Marshall. And he was wedded to their philosophy on fighting for civil rights through the legal system. In those cases, they fought for voter rights, public facilities, and educational opportunities in a non-segregated basis. The sheer volume of cases that he fought is so impressive. But of course, there are some that were more intricately a personal story, in that they involved his son, A.P. Tureaud Jr., and those were the cases to desegregate LSU. Louisiana State University was not open to African Americans when he started the first case in 1946. And in that case, there was a postman from New Orleans that wanted to attend law school at LSU. There were no law schools for African Americans to attend in the state. And the result of that case was the opening of a law school at Southern University, an all-black school here during that time. Later, in the 1950s, he fought for to open the doors of LSU Law School, medical school, graduate school, and undergraduate school. These cases were before Brown. So in 1953, his son, A.P. Jr., was the first African American to attend the undergraduate school here at LSU. Basically, it was a media circus. They followed him around practically the whole time that he was here. He even discussed a time when he had to swim in the pool for some requirements for not taking that class. And there was quite a spectacle of having an African American in a pool that typically is a segregated situation at that time in Louisiana. Also, there were times when he was in the dormitories, and he said the students would bang on his door or leave items at his door, try to keep him up all night, put loud radios at his door. There was isolation, extreme isolation that he talked about. Even the embarrassment in class of teachers stating that they didn't know how they would be able to teach a Negro, as we would call it at that time, and even touching his paper. He said he felt like he was just a social outcast. He stayed about 8 weeks. He did not finish school here. There was some legal maneuvers that I believe the court decided, the judge decided that the first decision that allowed him to come was decided by one judge instead of a 3-judge court. So while they were dealing with that legal issue, he was asked to leave LSU, and he enrolled at Xavier University and never came back. And to have a father see his son go through some of the things that he did during those 8 weeks had to be a difficult thing. I remember interviewing his A.P. Tureaud Jr.'s mother. I never got to meet A.P. Tureaud Sr. He died in 1972. And, but meeting his mother, she still had tears in her eyes when she talked about the time and how her son was treated. He still talks about those times seeming like very emotional for him as well. But he also is refreshing in that he now sees that as a challenge in his life that he overcame, and that it meant something. And now when he sees the students on campus now and the A.P. Tureaud alumni chapter that was formed in his dad's name, and the building on the campus, A.P. Tureaud Hall, that was named for his dad, and the number of students, black students that are getting a good education, he feels like he did a good thing.